How do you open a private practice when you're on a budget? So we know it can be really challenging and maybe even sometimes frustrating when you're trying to open a private practice because it can sometimes seem too expensive. So in this video, we wanted to give tips on how to make this more realistic. And if you're new here, if you don't know us, my name's Antonio and this is Megan. We both work in physical therapy, and our goal is to bring clarity to this field. So whatever it is relating to physical therapy, that's what we talk about here in this channel. So if you're new, consider subscribing.
So how do you open a private practice on a budget? When you think of all the things that go into opening a private practice, like getting your own space and getting staff and marketing and equipment, it just can seem overwhelming. Like, how do you actually save money when you have all this money going out in expenses? So how do you really make it affordable?
When you're first starting out and you're trying to find your space, one of the ways you can save money is deciding what would work best for you, whether that's buying, whether that's renting, or whether that's sublet, which is where you're renting space inside of a space.
So look around your area and see what options are available and which makes sense for you. A side note is that you don't actually have to consider something that's already for sale or for rent. So what we did is actually talk to our local gym and ask them if we could rent space from them, even though it wasn't up for rent. So that helped them because we paid rent to them, and it helped us because we could start out small and grow from there. So this is how you can save money when getting your space.
Another way you can save money when you're starting a private practice is when you get your equipment. So instead of getting a bunch of stuff and things that you might not need, start out small with just your basics and everything that you use. And also consider not buying new. So something that's really useful to do is go to auctions and you can bid on different things, or you can go on Facebook Swap. So that's some of the ways we got some of our equipment, is through like Facebook Swap. We were able to get a free bike, and on an auction site we were able to get a UBE for really cheap. And also, if you're a handyman or a handy woman, you can also build something. So we actually built one of our plinths that we have over there. So we were able to just buy the wood and supplies and then build it ourselves. So if you're a handyman or woman, then you can also consider things like that.
A lot of people think that you need a lot of staff to open a physical therapy clinic, like a receptionist or a biller or an accountant. Instead of spending the money on finding the right person for your clinic and paying their wages, you could focus that time and energy on learning the information yourself. So in the long run, it could save you money when opening a clinic.
And I just wanted to point out too that this is actually a process to do this. It's not a quick, easy way to save money, but it takes time to learn all the information and to understand how to work the EMR system and to do all of it by yourself. But it is a way you can save money, which is also the same thing when it comes to marketing. When it comes to marketing, instead of spending money on newspaper ads or Facebook ads or just putting your name in a bunch of different spots, a better way is to actually connect with the community around you. And that's what we did. We took time to volunteer and help coach T-ball. We also try to attend different events like Kids Day that our community holds, or different festivals. And this is a better way to make use of your money and time so that you're not spending it in all these different places, but rather you're just investing in the community. So it's kind of a different strategy on how to market yourself, but it does save money.
Even though learning to do things yourself and making connections with other people or building relationships can save you money, we ultimately find value in those two things altogether. So learning things can help you actually understand how your business works and helps you understand how to grow. And building relationships, I feel like, are more valuable in the long term, and you actually get a group of people who actually really support you and want you to succeed. Learning how to do things on your own and marketing on your own are kind of do-it-yourself type topics. And another thing that goes in this category we think of is like building your own website. Even if you're not familiar with how to do that, there's simple websites like Squarespace or Wix. They're just drop and drag, super simple, design your own website. There's also fax type services that are online and HIPAA compliant, so you don't actually have to go out and buy a fax machine and buy a separate line or something like that to run it. And then there's phone services. You don't actually have to buy a separate phone line. You can actually use Google Voice, which is a super cool service that's actually free, and it gives you a separate number that rings in on your cell phone. We don't actually pay for phone service, which is a great way to save money.
So thanks for watching, guys. Let us know in the comment section if you're trying to start your own private practice, and let us know if you have questions or anything like that. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Peace.